Hey everyone, I am Boris GM, and I thought I would take you on a hopefully quick dice tour. Um, so I've recently been reorganizing my office and cleaning the house during time. Um, and I figured I would take a bunch of pictures and show off what kind of dice I have. I'll start by saying this was kind of an eye opener for me. um, I have entirely too many dice. And while I was doing this, I bagged up a lot of dice and I'm going to take them with me to LARPing events. And people who fight me, if they want a free set of dice, I'm going to hand them a free set of random dice um, and kind of spread this out a little. There is no reason for me to have as many dice as I have. And moving forward, even when I do like dice reviews, unless they match my specific color scheme that I like to keep, um, I will likely bag those up as well and start taking them to LARP events and maybe other events, or if I find other ways to give away free dice, I'll do that too. So let's get started. This is the box that I use to store my dice. And I have two of these, and they don't all fit inside these two boxes. Here's the top. This is what's nice. The top lifts up so you can store all this kind of like bulk stuff if you don't want to separate it out of the tubes or the cases that they come in. You can kind of just throw them in the top here. I get these for like 20 bucks at Harbor Freight, which is like a cheap home improvement store. This is what they look like. They're customizable. You can see you get what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 18 slots that you can fit dice in, and if you have a bigger set for some reason, you can pull one of these slats out. They have a nice little storage area up front in each. There's 4 of these in each box, so they work out really well. And for 20 bucks, it's pretty cheap. And they have a handle on top, so you can just grab it and move wherever you want. But so some of these dice I've had laying around for a while. This pair in the top left hand corner, my dad actually made me. He's been a machinist for a long time. And then like 4 sets over here. These we found after my mom passed. We found these in her stuff, so I took them as like a memento. And 3 over here, a friend of mine tracked these down for me online. Nice little brass set. They're not mini. They're the ones to step up, which is nice because the minis are really hard to read. Um, so I'm not going to give you like a full story on all this stuff, but I just want to kind of, the bottom right hand corner though, that's a quartz D6, and then right next to it is a bone set. A friend of mine went over backpacking through Europe, saw these and grabbed them for me. So that's nice. And I got a nice little handmade wood set down there I picked up at a LARP event. But it's these are some of my more unique ones are sitting in this set. Most of these I just got, you know, offline, but there are a couple of notations in here that are special to me. The the second from the second from the left on the top row, those came with a box set years and years ago that my cousin bought, and we played it together. And he was getting rid of his dice, so I snagged these from him. And then the third set over is the first set of dice I ever bought. So, so there's a couple of sets in here that have some sentimental value, and then the rest of them, friends gave them to me. My wife gave me the one set. There's some really nice looking sets over here on the right that I found that I picked up. Amber, and then stone looking amber with stone. You're gonna notice a red theme. My criteria for like holding on the dice is usually, there's a gray set. This gray set I probably took out. I took out a giant bag of dice. Um, but my favorite set of dice is actually, you would have seen, is right here. This is Chessex red and white with gold number Gemini. And that's my favorite set, and it's discontinued. And I don't have a full set. I've still been tracking it down. I've been kind of piecing a set together. I've been seeing like one or two and a lot online and grabbing it. But so that's my favorite set. It looks like blood and water. But in my quest to find a, a set of red that I like just as much, I bought a lot of red dice. And I like all these, but they're not my albatross, as it were. Got a nice bone and skull set from Q Workshop over here. Got some inclusions, some bone inclusions, some like Eye of Sauron or Dragon Eye right here. This is a Dwarven set from Q Workshop that I picked up a while ago. And they've since remade one that looks slick too that I was looking at. And we got a rune set here. There's a few Q Workshops in here. So the price of dice has gone way down in recent years. Like these, I probably picked up for maybe $15 on Amazon, and they have dragons on them, and they have this nice stylized border, and they're super heavy and they're pretty big. So like, where something like this may have cost $70 at one point, you can find a reasonable facsimile now for like 15-20 bucks. This is all stuff from, these are my weird dice. These are all stuff from the top part. These are my like weird dice. So they have, essentially you can use them with DCC or Dungeon Crawl Classics or Mutant Crawl Classics because they go up in smaller increments. That's one of my sets that I bought for that. I believe my wife bought me this set, and then I bought the containers so they weren't bouncing off each other as much. This set I picked up at a LARP event. These are made by one of the Sword Brothers out of, I believe she's in like North Carolina-ish area, maybe. But she makes and sells these, and I think this was maybe $30, and it came with a set of dice to pick, and they have various colors. There's various colors. This whole thing accordions in and like caps. So it's a really unique dice bag. Here's my minis. They're tiny. They come in a thing like this is the size of the thing they come in. So they're very small. I wish they were as easy to read in person as they are in this picture. But they're a nice little set. I actually have one. It's not in this picture. I have one on my keys, my house keys. So I have a set of dice with me wherever I go because they're. Here's a nice skull set, red with black. This set I just kind of picked up random bits because I wanted a set of D10s. I want to play World of Darkness, but I don't know anybody who's playing an in-person game of World of Darkness. And then I thought these black and pink ones were slick. And these are both, what do they call it? They're like the lab dice from Chessex. Here we got a couple of nice sets. We got a set from Kraken, and then we got a set from Roll for Initiative, Bloodstone color. Again, it's my search to find the Chessex Gemini that I really want. But these look nice. I mean, they're slick. They're not exactly what I want, but they're not too bad. Nice thing about these two is they come with extra D6s. Sometimes they give you both styles of D4. The Kraken die comes with a D2. It comes with an extra large D20, and it comes with a small D20. These are a set of my metal ones. I got this Norse set down here. It's got some Norse symbolism all over it. The only hollow set I own is here. These you can't really see too well. I think I took another picture though later on, so we'll see. I think these are like the brick motif ones. Yeah, here they are. Oh, they have dragon scale motif. So these look really slick, but as you can see, you couldn't see them in the picture, and they're a little busy, but they might be like a fun prize or something if you were to enter a contest. These also weren't very expensive. I'm super surprised by how cheap I'm finding things online. Oh, here's my albatross. I found a full set of D10s, and I found this brick of D6s. And this here, the polyhedral set, I've been piecing together over time. I'm still missing a D percentile. You can see I got two D10s in here, but they're just regular D10s. So if I had a D percentile, this would be complete. So if anybody's got like a bead on a D percentile that people aren't trying to charge $100 for, Like, that would be super appreciative. And this is the only set of, I believe it's Game Science, that I own. Never actually played with them in a game, and I've owned them for a number of years. And I remember, like, it was a thing because I was living pretty tight, it was a thing I had to like build up for and put money aside for because they weren't cheap. And by today's standard, the price is fine, but you know, if I could get a set for $5 from Chessex, or I had to pay $30 or $40 for a set from Game Science, it was a $5 set all day long. Random little Scully die, just this D6, bigger than average size, and this means we're getting into box two. Here's the top of box two. Some weird lab dice over in the corner. Looks like we got a little casino die here. I think I bought a pack that were like honey gold or something like that. Here's some random dice that I should probably just get rid of because I tried recoloring them and it didn't work. I ran into this pastel colors online and just bought the full set. I definitely don't need them, but like if anybody's running like an Easter game or something, they might be nice. The set on top here is a set that sets that you're selling at Dollar Tree. So these were $1 a set, and they look good. I mean, especially for $1 a set, and they seem to roll fine. I didn't like test them in salt water or anything. Looks like we got some Q Workshop, some Chessex in here, some rando manufacturer here. This set in the center here, I went and played a game of Knaves, Caves, and Staves. The only first and only time I played it, a buddy of mine ran it, and he gave everyone a free dice set. So that's the one I got. So I'll hold on to that. It's not my general color scheme I go for, but I like them. They're nice gold and purple, and my buddy gave them to me, and I haven't seen him in a while. So I appreciate those. Nice rune set here, a dragon set, little speckly blues. I probably put these in the giveaway pouch. Over here we have a couple of sets that I found at Walmart. You buy 3 sets at a time for like $15 or something like that. And I've bought a couple of them. I believe I put those all in the giveaway bag. Here's a set. I probably have three of these red sets. And I didn't give any of them away, I don't think. It started with, I saw the teal set. It looks like Gummy Shark, and I bought a set of those for a friend, and then I saw this full thing and just bought all of them. They look clean. They look nice. I should give them away. I'm not ready to yet. These are just, I think I bought these during I made a video about how cheap of a dice set can you get? Like how inexpensive can dice be? And I think this is part of that. I bought these. Oh, you know, in the set in the bottom left-hand corner, there were a bunch of dice on the tables as like decoration at a wedding I went to. And I actually officiated that way. But I went around and collected a set of polyhedral dice to bring home. So that's what that. Got some fudge dice. These were in the top. Got these random. I should either clean them up back to their original state or figure out how to recolor stuff. I could probably just wipe the paint or marker off of it. These I ordered just because I really like Dragon Ball Z. I'm told that the Black Star die is very, very rare. The card says that there are less than 500. When I talked to my friends about these, they were like, "Wow, yeah, we order from them all the time. That is very rare to get a Black Star." And then the senzu bean bag was just some candy my wife bought me. Came in this bag. And they were little green, like senzu bean looking sour candies. And I saved the bag and I store my my regular dice. This I don't store in the Black Star, I don't, but the rest of these I just store in the bag. This is a set I got off of eBay, or not eBay, Amazon. When these are taken, like the picture they showed, these were like white and gold, but when they came in, they're green and gold. And then I played around with it. Under the right lighting, these look white. It's the weirdest thing. It's like an opalescence thing. I contacted them and I'm like, hey, did you send me the right dice? And they're like, did you read our description? And I went back and read it. I'm like, nope, you're right. I did not read your description. You clearly said that this happens. And these are also a little bit larger than normal. I've never used them. I was thinking about just giving them away. Here's a bunch more stuff from the top. My wife bought me these brass dice set. Like they're pretty high precision. Friend of mine gave me this little weird circuit D6 set. Here's another set of weird dice. My brother-in-law gave me these, and I bought the case to put them in. They're like a liquid dragon. The dragon eye floats around and always looks up. I think it's the only set like that I have. I don't have any like liquid core dice. Oh, here's another set of random weird dice. I forget exactly what they call them. I think they just call them weird dice. So you got like a D100. This thing is a ball. It doesn't stop rolling. It's even like a little over polished. It's practically useless. And then this might be a D60, D30, and then you got some of the normal stuff in here, and then these, they got like a D7, so the 7's weird in. I think this set is also the set that has like this is a D4, but it's like it looks like no other D4 I've ever seen. I think there's a D5 in here. So this is just a set of weird dice. Okay, so now we're through the boxes, and then the next set that we're gonna run through is just dice I had laying around, or in different cases or whatever. So these dice actually, they all came out of a game called Dicecapades, and I made a video about this, that Dicecapades, if you find it at a thrift store and you're a gamer, especially if you're just getting started, grab it, because it's like $3 or $4 at a thrift store. And it comes with all these handy, now this is multiple sets of the polyhedrals in here, but it comes with all these random dice, tiny D6s. It comes with a bunch of little brown D6s. It comes with some picture dice to just kind of help you like come up with random ideas, you know, for brainstorming purposes. It has some letter dice, card dice. It has some pawns you can use for like your minis until you get real minis. What's nice about the polyhedral sets is every shape is a different color. So if you're trying to learn what a D20 is, or you're trying to tell someone across the table which one's a D20, all you got to do is say, hey, it's the yellow one. Or a D10 is the blue one. Now there's no percentile die in here, so you just take the D10 and roll it twice, and you're good. You roll a 5 the first time, and you roll a 6 the next time, so you rolled a 56. You know, it's not difficult. So like I said though, $4. I think I bought like 3 sets of these things over the years, just because it's so hard to pass up. And I've just given these multicolored sets away to people. Like I had someone contact me and say, hey, I'm looking for some dice, and I said, I want to get my kids into D&D, and I don't have any stuff right now. And I'm like, no problem, man. Like I'll just give you dice. Like I gave them a few sets of these. They're really good, especially for beginning. I mean, you can pause and examine this if you want, but this is just a bunch of random stuff. A friend of mine gave me some 12-sided D6s. That's what these things are. And I'll use those. I mean, it's a little it's just a quirky thing to bring out. I got some tiny D6s here, and then I got some drinking dice and some precision dice I found in a random board game. That's what this section really is, some random stuff I found. I got some 12-sided D4s in the bottom left here. These D6s with the skulls on them are from a Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest thing game. I got a couple of Eye of Saurons from the Lord of the Rings Risk. Got some D24s up here. So it's just some random stuff. Here's my tiny D6. Here's my tiny polyhedral red dice. This is the bottle they're in, so they're tiny. Um, I'm not trying to make light of addiction or anything. It's just it's a tiny bottle that I could put my dice in. Um, uh, these are some larger than average. Red and white set. A friend of mine gave me these. My wife gave me these. These are amethyst precious stone rune dice. And so these things kind of stay put up. I really like them. This is a tin that I got with some D&D candy. And I have a set of fairly inexpensive dice. And it just sits on my desk all the time. It's just here. If I ever want to grab them and roll them, like some of the stuff I just showed you doesn't live on my desk. It's just here because I was cleaning. But those, if I ever want to just roll some dice, like I'm playing online, I'm DMing, I just want to roll actual dice. Sometimes I'll just grab those. A friend of mine gave me these. This is like a sewing kit tin, a tiny tin. It's this big. It's a tiny sewing kit tin, but inside of it is dice with thread bobbin inclusions. So, so it's like an interesting, like I don't the cookie tin full of sewing supplies. It's kind of a take on that. She picked this up at like Hot Topic, and it's a silly little thing. Here's my bag of randomness. This is just a bag that I had a bunch of random dice in. Some of these things are like few workshop dice I got in an advent calendar or something like that. Or just random D20s I bought separately when I was on my travels. This came in this case. This is a red and green sharp edge. They don't look sharp in the picture, but it is a sharp edge die that I bought. I don't think it was super expensive, but I wanted to buy something that was. I'd never bought I don't buy many sharp edge dice, and I saw this and thought the color scheme was really slick, so I picked it up. I believe these are red jasper, and I found these at a super deal for like $10 or something like that. So I picked them up. I put them in the case. It's just like a pill case you can pick up at like the dollar store, but it keeps them nice and separated. And I really like it for how much I spent for them, especially for like a semi-precious stone. They're pretty phenomenal. These dice are sold at Five Below. I believe I put the black ones in my giveaway bag. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. The green ones I actually really like, and these were like $5. My wife gave me these. They're just writing prompts. I haven't utilized them super well yet, but I'm going to be picking up DMing again here in a couple of weeks. I'm going to start my campaign back up, so I might, and I'm way off book on that campaign, so I might use them for brainstorming at some point in the near future. I picked this up at Five Below. I think this was actually on sale for $2.50. The case is utter trash, but the dice, they give you like a different, they don't throw in a pyramid D4. It's like the D4 that I like. So for what they are, it's a pretty good deal. I don't really dig the color scheme, and you can't really tell what color they are when they're in the case. So I think I threw the case out, and I think I took the dice and put them in my giveaway pile. This is another one from the same manufacturer. If you have the option, buy this. Don't buy this. This thing they were trying to retail for like $14 or something like that. The coin is trash. The dice are fine. The case, trash. So I'm pretty sure I threw away the case and I took the coin and the dice and I put them in a bag to give away. But again, they give you that non-standard D4, and that's nice. Coloring these things is fine. It looks like a non-standard script. I like the orientation of the percentile die. That's the orientation I prefer. Case is trash. They should just sell the dice for much cheaper. These are my dice towers. I don't think I showed a picture of the dice themselves, but you can kind of see here. Each of these came with a set of dice. Here's some more random Chessex. Some of these are like limited supply. Got a red and yellow and a red and purple translucent Gemini. Again, trying to find that albatross, you know. And here is down the bottom here is like a rubber silicone set. I want to try to color them in, but I'm also afraid to try to color them in, and they bounce like crazy. I've never actually used them in a game. They'd probably launch themselves all over the place. It's like a super ball. Here's a set I had prepped for a friend of mine was running a Feywild campaign, and we did one session, and then her schedule got crazy. But this is my PC kit that I put together to take to that. So you can see a couple of fairly unique things here. These dragon scale dice, you can still find these on Amazon. I think they're like 25 bucks right now or something like that. They're not crazy. And then the one set down here in the corner I actually picked up in a random grab bag. And then we got Q Workshop top right, and then we got some more Chessex down here. This black set, a friend of mine actually gave me that set. The same friend that gave me the red set, same size as the red set. But this is just a drawer that's by my desk, has some random stuff in it. Grindstones, these are supposed to help with story work, you know, coming up with ideas. I have a cheat that's not with this. That tells you what the symbols represent. These are larger than normal also. Here is another, just random little bits I had laying around that I grabbed. Here's a set that a friend of mine picked up for me on like a Kickstarter. She made the bag too. It's like a crocheted dragon scale bag. But it's just a bunch of unique shapes for your polyhedral sets. These are like some random random mystery dice that I bought. These are for the most part in my giveaway bag too. Here's like 3 fantasy story cubes. Oh, here's the red set that I showed you already in the pill bottle. These dice are out of a Hobbit Lego game, and then these are out of some random pirate game. Everything else is in the trash. So here's my dice tower, my Raven dice tower, with a set that I put together for it. Found these dice, and then I bought the screw-on egg thing, so it tucks in here nice. Here's the latest advent calendar. I did an advent calendar review that's going to be posted, or is posted by the time this gets posted. Here's my leather D20. It's this big. Bought it from a friend of mine. She does craft shows and LARP events and, you know, just general nerdy events and stuff. That's her job. Here's my Robert Baratheon set with an extra D20. This is my Waterdeep theme set. Yeah, I ran Dragon Heist, and I bought this set when I ran Dragon Heist. This is out of my original travel DM bag. I'm currently going through all of my DM stuff. Here's some more rune dice. I got some 8-sided. This is various 8-sided rune dice sets. Got a spinner D20 or spinner 7 polyhedral set up there. And then some random rune dice I picked up. I don't know how much I care for the ones in the top left, but I have them. The random set I picked up. Oh, these grow when you put them in water. I forget where I got them, with some kind of novelty antique toy shop thing. Just a large spin down from Magic. Here's another unique die. It's a D20, but it's supposed to be like a Thieves Lockpick D20. Got some more story dice, some more story type dice. Super Ball D6s. I've never taken these out of the package, of course. Some random D6s I picked up that were on sale. More story dice. I got the Halloween fantasy and then the standard edition here. My wife picked these up for me. I obviously haven't opened them yet, but they might be good for some like randomness. It says who, what, where, and when. for fortune telling dice. Here are a bunch of Rory story cubes. I bought the bag to put them in. I got the fantasy set, the action set, I think it's called Voyages set, and then the standard set. And these are just good for like mindlessly rolling and staring at them if you're trying to think of ideas. It looks like that's it. These are definitely not all of the dice I own. These are just the ones that were like the most readily available. I know in my closet over there I have just a box of brand new dice that I found them. They were on sale from like normally $6. They're on sale for 50 cents or something like that. And I couldn't help myself. I kind of went crazy. But if you want to see out of those, these are the ones that I have bagged up to give away to people so far. I bought like a pack of smaller Ziploc bags. Or it has various size Ziploc bags. But so if anybody wants to come fight me at a LARP, you fight me first to 3 or best of 5, I guess, however you want to call it. Win or lose, if you want a set of dice, I'll have some random dice to give away. And they're drop tested. If you stuck around to the end, thank you. If you found this interesting, I super appreciate you. And I've got some other things coming down. I'm currently reviewing GM screens and tokens. So those videos won't be nearly as long as this one because this took half an hour and I was trying to run. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for listening.